The federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs kicks off today, May 5th, with jury selections. This is huge because there's serious allegations and a lot of speculation about connections to other high-profile figures. Now, I'm not here to accuse anybody or push a narrative. I'm just going to share what's out there in the public domain based on court documents, news reports, posts on X. If you've seen any of the previous stuff I've shared over the last year regarding this whole situation, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. So what I'm going to do today is dive in to 10 most riveting details about the Diddy trial that everyone's talking about. So stick around and let me know what you think. First up, Diddy, real name Sean Combs, is facing some heavy charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution. These are under the RICO Act, which is often used for organized crime. And if convicted, they say Diddy could face a minimum of 15 years in prison up to a life sentence. The indictment alleges that he ran criminal enterprise involving employees, associates to facilitate these crimes, dating all the way back to at least 2004. What do you think about the scope of these charges? Are they surprising to you? Are they not? Let me know. Number two, one of the most shocking details and allegations are the Freakoff Parties, described as elaborate day-long events, sometimes even days-long, really, where Combs was allegedly coercing women into sexual acts with male prostitutes, often recorded on camera. Prosecutors claim that these involved drugs, coercion, even violence, and Diddy's defense argues that any sexual activity was consensual, is what they say in the reports that I'm reading, citing videos they say will show that there was no coercion at all. And this is a big point of contention, but ultimately we'll see once the evidence comes out if this really ends up being true, like he said, or not. And my question is, do you think the evidence pertaining to that specific point will really clarify what happened in these events? Number three, there are comparisons to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, here's where things get really, really wild, okay? They're saying some compare Diddy to Epstein, the late financier convicted of sex trafficking. An officer involved in raiding Diddy's homes reportedly said he moved in similar elite social circles as Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Now, we've heard, if you haven't, Candace Owens has talked a little bit about Harvey Weinstein. She's kind of dove into some of that. If you haven't, go check her report out on that. But there's no confirmed evidence linking Diddy directly to Epstein, at least at this point, to crimes. But ex-posts and news reports note that they both allegedly use wealth and influence to enable misconduct. Okay, I think that's pretty apparent. What's your take on these comparisons? Just speculation, or could there be more to it? Now, this one's sickening because it pertains to child trafficking allegations. Now, some of the most disturbing claims involve potential child trafficking. While the federal indictment doesn't explicitly charge Diddy with child trafficking, a civil lawsuit in February 2024 accused him of grooming and eliciting underage workers. Now, these allegations are unproven and no minors have been named yet in any criminal cases so far. But still, the Epstein comparison fuels speculation about whether minors were involved in Diddy's alleged activities. Now, there's reports of this place in his Miami home where he was bringing in directly from a port on shipping containers, potentially children. And people have even said they've heard screams, people working in those ports. Now, again, these are not my words. This is allegations and posts that have been put out on X by people who pertain or who state to have worked in these places. It's a sensitive topic for sure. Do you think the trial will address any of this, or there'll be an inclusion of any new evidence pertaining to child trafficking allegations, or is it just rumors? Let me know what you think. Number five, the trial is absolutely buzzing with so-called Diddy List celebrities allegedly tied to his parties. Will some of these people be brought to the stand? Now, some of these names include Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Ashton Kutcher, who have circulated online, but none of them, at this point at least, are implicated in the criminal case. Times of India reported a list of these names as part of a viral social media speculation, not evidence. Now, some celebs like Usher, Pink deleted X posts around the time Diddy's arrest happened, sparking theories, but there's no proof that they're involved. So what do you think? Are these really true celebrity connections or just gossip? And could some of these names come up actually in court? Let me know. Number six involves political connections or political ties, raising some eyebrows. He's been linked to Democrats like Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton through events like the 2004 DNC, the Democratic National Convention, and COVID-19 town halls that happened all the way throughout the last 5 years. Now, Hindustan Times reports suggest Diddy used his influence to get close to powerful figures similar to Epstein in order to blackmail them at his parties or his freak-offs. Now, no politicians at this point are charged, but could the retrial reveal more of these relationships? Now, what's your perspective on that? Let me know. Now, here's a big one on number 7. Okay, there's a growing pressure on the Trump administration to release documents pertaining not only to the Epstein list, which we've still been waiting for and nothing's been produced yet, but also now the Diddy list. Now, Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel have hinted at declassifying Epstein files, with some speculating this could include a Diddy list. Okay. Newsweek reported Trump supporters on X are pushing for transparency, with figures like Ted Cruz calling for the release of Combs-related files. Will it actually happen, though? I don't know. Bondi says she's reviewing a lot of documents on Epstein, but nothing confirmed about Diddy, at least to this point. Do you think Trump's team will act on this, or is it just political hype? Number 8, evidence and defense challenges. Now, the evidence is a hot topic because during the Diddy raids at his home, authorities found over 1,000 bottles of lubricant. Okay, 3 AR-15s. That's pretty normal, right? People have the right to bear arms. And alleged blackmail footage, which is not normal. Diddy's team claims prosecutors are withholding key evidence like WhatsApp messages, and they're pushing to delay the trial past May 12th. They also argue that the case has racial undertones, citing the Mann Act history. Now, what do you think about the evidence that will play out? Will the defense strategy actually hold up, or is it going to unravel and fall apart? Number 9, Hollywood's stark silence in all of this. Many of Hollywood are staying completely quiet. Why? Because they were there at the parties. Okay, Fox News reported stars like Jennifer Lopez, Ashton Kutcher, who have been tied to Diddy socially, haven't commented, possibly to protect their brands. Now, meanwhile, artists like 50 Cent, okay, Aubrey O'Day, have spoken out, and experts suggest some celebs fear crossing Diddy could lead them to disaster. His ties run pretty deep, right? What they're saying is, at the end of the day, the people who are involved are going to run as far as they possibly can, while those who didn't have anything to do with it are going to say things like 50 Cent has been extremely outspoken about his stance and his position on Diddy from day one, even before any of these things ever took place. Why do you think so many are silent, though? Is it fear of being caught up in something? Or is it just staying out of the drama and living in their own life? Let me know what you think about that one. And finally, at number 10, the public seems to be absolutely obsessed with this whole thing. X-posts are wild. There's theories about Diddy, Epstein, and even missing migrant children being linked together. One post called Diddy's arrest a doomsday to Hollywood as a whole, while another speculated about intelligence agency involvement. Now, there's no proof for most of these claims, but they do show that the case is gripping people's attention. And there you have it, the top 10 details about this Diddy case, kicking off today with jury selection on May 5th. What do you think is going to happen? Drop your comments. Let me know what you think, and happy Cinco de Mayo.